It's been a while. You want to talk about it? All of the activists were of one heart and mind. They shared everything they had among them. Some even sold their houses, took the money to the group and distributed it among those who needed it. Smells like communism? That's the Bible. We are in lockdown again. I must admit, while you were probably pretty busy staying alive or setting the world on fire, I was kind of busy too, saving it by shooting those the system told me were the bad guys. But besides casually strolling to Platinum League, I also spent some time listening to some political commentators outside of my comfort zone, to broaden my horizon and stuff. And not only did I find out I'm actually a pretty supportive kind of guy, I also realized my true political convictions. My biggest regret on this journey, however, was to find that apparently at the end of the day, you're pretty much forced to choose between two, or in the case of Europe a little more, pre-packed packages that you either take as a whole or get served the other. It feels a bit like sitting in a restaurant and you ask if they have anything besides raw meat, say no more fam, and you get cucumber pizza.
It has countless nutrients in it, like water.
What if I want to be pro-choice and pro-life, a comrade and a Christian, an advocate for social justice and happy? Today I was reading Acts chapter 3 and 4 where Peter and John healed a man that was lame since birth.
Lame.
Not that kind. With one of the most iconic action movie lines in history. Silver and gold have I none, but such as I have give I thee. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, walk. When people started recognizing the guy jumping around, shouting and singing, it made a mess. The police came, arrested Peter and John, there was a big trial, the guy having been healed right there, and Peter says, "Wait, we are here because a guy can walk? Just for the record, it wasn't technically me? Roll the intro." I dare to suggest the big drop in popularity of the church began when they stopped saying the one or the other. I mean, when you think of church, you probably don't visualize a bunch of poor Middle Eastern rebels, but that's exactly what it was back then. We all love a warm, heart-melting worship head.
Oh, thanks.
But the more biblical depiction of what church looks like is actually pretty communist. Or is communism at its core pretty Christian? The concept of community predates Christianity. Sharing shelter, food and resources with those in need. We do that all the time in my family. And I wouldn't be surprised if you could think of a bunch of people that you would help if they were in trouble. But rather than showing your political conviction, it says a lot more about your capacity to love. How many people are there that this applies to? How ready are you to share your time and money with people that are not from this group of family? I've been to Syria recently and was blown away by the hospitality of the... Who wrote this? Maybe for you the concept of poor people in difficult circumstances being twice as willing to share the little they have is nothing new. But to really see it in person, I won't forget that. When I read about the early church, I was thinking of these guys. Why are they like that? Is sharing everything after all a viable economic concept? So where is this state in time and space that represents the glory of working communism without a couple of asterisks?
You name a good capitalist state first.
Principality of Sealand.
What?
The question is, what is the difference between family and state-based community behavior? Are we still waiting for the right leader? Is the job of distribution with the lack of market prices guiding good decision-making just too immense of a task? I would say there is one fundamental difference. Love. Force people to share with people they don't love and you'll need weapons to make them work and walls to make them stay. But if from your own motivation you share what you don't need and see the impact on people you care about, you might be tempted to go out there, work an extra shift, get that money from big corporations and give it to the poor like a modern-day Robin Hood. Don't get me wrong, progressive taxation, universal healthcare, and a bit of government control on companies are great ideas. I'm just saying that voting every 4 years will not change the world. How we treat each other, how we hold on to our money, our time, our family, and especially those who aren't, that's what's gonna make the difference. So if I may suggest one political stance, pick love.